Love it. Let's go ahead and get it right here. Both of these two players throwing down on the big stage. Two of the best to ever do it with their characters. Let's see how this one all unfolds in game number one, Pokemon Stadium.
I think one of the biggest angles that you're going to have to keep notice of if you're watching at home is that Shadow Ball can interrupt those common Sonic approach options.
Yes.
Can stop the spin dash, can stop the spin charge. So that's sort of going to be the mini game right here, but Tim's going to be playing the mini game. A little bit of a deficit to start off.
Yes. Okay. Now we got to play the how bad you really want to win game. Love that F tilt. Down tilt's going to be the quicker, I think, of the two options. I think 6-frame startup on that. So we're going to see as much of the long-range option that Mewtwo has. Use his advantage. Love that jab lock. Whoa.
Whoa.
Jeez.
That's practiced.
Yeah.
That ain't improv right there. That's in the hands.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, this is learned.
Yep.
This destruction is learned. There's dash attack. Okay. Coming up right here in a big way. And, of course, it doesn't help that Mewtwo big target bounces when he lands, depending on how high he jumps. And, of course, just light, man. You know, might hit like a ton of bricks, but he is light as a feather. F-tilt.
That F-tilt was for a while an underrated Mewtwo move. Pretty strong, you know, reasonable range, all that good stuff. So being able to sort of swat people away with it is a good part of Mewtwo's neutral.
Yes, yes, no doubt. I mean, he needs as many just moves that can really keep the opponent away from it as possible.
Yeah.
You know, he can definitely tangle up close. I will give Mewtwo that low percent. When Mewtwo sauce is working, like it's working in the big way. I used to call it Mew food.
Yeah.
Like Mewtwo at low percent is literally your worst nightmare. Down air, off the mark. No back throw. Actually went for the standing jab that time. Teleports back in.
Yeah, maybe just trying to go for some percent instead of a rinse and repeat off stage. I'm not sure, but another big jab combo right here. Going to get a lot of damage off that one. We're back to neutral, but Tony going to find the hit again. Tim bleeding out a lot of percent right here. Going to have to find a stock quick before it becomes too late. Great tech from Tony.
Uh-oh, frame four. Oh, my God, frame four on the spring. So he was already out of there before you even got started. I'm in the air with it, though. Hold up. Yeah, again, we're going to rinse and repeat this. We're going to do this till the cows come home, bro.
All right. That's Tim on the ledge right there. F-tilt, very fast move. Sonic F-tilt startup so quick. Misses one spot, dodge, hits another. And Tim just trying to find anything to sort of grapple on and play with, but not quite going to get it in game one. Yeah. That's a 3-stock.
It's a 3-stock, man, and a very commanding one at that. I think there is a very simplistic but very just strong game plan that Mewtwo has in matchups like this, which, again, is to kind of hang back and be campy, bro, dare I say. You know, I'm going to use these Shadow Balls, charge or especially uncharged, force you to come to me. And then once you start respecting Shadow Balls, it's a little bit too much and you're holding shield, I'm going to run up and grab, down throw. Mewtwo is to start. But, again, TonyZTank just not allowing any of that sort of game plan to happen. I got to see what the adjustments are going to be for game two.
Yeah, and Mewtwo, like, sort of bunkering down and sort of shades of his former self because he was, like, king of that in Smash 4. You know, that was his thing. And so, you know, maybe not quite the same heights in Smash Ultimate, but Tim don't care. It don't matter. No. We're going to plug in and play regardless. And so game two, PS2 again. And we're starting with some conversions.
And baiting out some air dodges there.
Yep.
One of those quicker options, of course, the follow-up being that air in the corner. Shadow Claw is what we've dubbed it.
Yep.
You can throw that out on shield, too. I think mine is like 2 or 3, so pretty quick move and also very safe move. You need all the safety and utility as possible versus Sonic. Ah!
Oh. And catching the Shadow Ball, but not quite catching Tim right there. Tim counting his blessings. Is the forward air going to kill it? Yep. I've been seeing Tony do that exact same confirm since, oh, who knows, man, 2016, 2017.
Seriously. Such a strong move. And, I mean, it comes out so quick, it's really hard for the opponent still kind of in their tumble animation off stage to even have an option quick enough to answer back. Not very many characters with quick aerials, you know, so got to respect that. Off the stage, though, we should see a drop off something. Of course, no hitbox on Sonic's recovery. Same could be said from you, too. Oh, yes. No active hitbox on his charge, unlike Ricardo. Up throw.
Oh, man.
Up throw and back throw.
And going to take it. Only 60% right here. Tim looking to get a little bit more comfortable. We saw him busting out some confusions for command grabs. A little more confirms in this game, too. Sort of find his stride right here, but he's got to make sure that he's converting when he gets those hits on Tony, because Sonic is a character that will nickel and dime you to death.
Yes.
One neutral interaction here, too. Before you know it, it's 10 neutral interactions. Your kill percent is dangerous.
And the crazy part about that is that in comparison to most characters, both of these two keep their combo systems throughout the majority of their stock. Whether they're at 0 or they're at, you know, you got the opponent at 100+%, most of their combo strings still work, and both sides know it very well. Nice, stuffing out the upper with that nair. Quick startup on that 7 frames. So, of course, I'm going to need that to get back down to the ground. I bounce a little bit when I land. So I'm tossing out active hitboxes to get back. Down throw.
Oh, great job stuffing him and then converting into a grab off of it and a double Shadow Claw, man. And that's a move that's been good in so many Smash games. He ain't that good in Melee. That's like one of his main tools in that game, Smash 4, Smash Ult. I mean, that move is just good.
It is. Another good move that Mewtwo has, of course, is that down tilt, throwing it out up close and personal, really testing, you know, TonyZTank's frame data knowledge. Can I punish this? Do I got to respect this? You might have to respect it a little bit. One stock apiece, 1% apiece, separating these two here.
Tony going to find a hit to sort of lengthen this lead that he had. A Shadow Ball off the stage is going to buy Tim a little bit of time. Oh, doesn't quite find the mark with the Nair. Tony going to scrap through. Oh, Tim might be able to leverage something right here. He's got all the stage control. He was the one recovering, and now he's sort of swiped it away from Tony.
Yeah, it is. I mean, again, he just knows how to make a bad situation into a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an ideology that both sides have to have, not having any hitbox in the recovery. Okay, we're going to go for a rapid jab, and why not? Why not? Whatever. We'll take it. Okay, try to jump in with Shadow Claw that time. If I'm not mistaken, when he's going for neutral charge on the way back down, does he not go into the bounce animation? Is that why he's using that? I feel it.
I guess so.
I guess so. I gotta see the tape. I gotta see the footage a little bit more. Okay, wait a minute. Up air.
And sort of wading through all those springs off stage, but a whiffed Shadow Ball going to cost Tim his stock and his game too. And now, here's a position that you don't really want to be in against Sonic.
Sure.
So now you got to make a full reverse 3-0 here.
It's not very easy to do, especially when a character like this has the lead, has momentum right here to really succeed. What are you to do to turn this match around? I think Sonic just physically has you covered.
Yep.
Dash attack, to put it into perspective, I mean, just a 1 frame slower than Fox's, and you know what he gets off of his.
Yeah.
You know, pretty quick jab. His tilt ain't bad. And, of course, the offstage gameplay, I mean, that needs a little to no introduction right there. We've seen a multitude of opponents of all levels of play fall victim to forward air and back air. So Sonic is a physical monster, but he don't got a projectile like Mewtwo's, okay? You got Spring, but that ain't really the same.
Right. Nah. I mean, it helps you in certain scenarios, but not the sort of Swiss Army knife that Mewtwo uses Shadow Ball for. We're running back to PS2 again. It ain't the stage's problem. We just got to lock in.
Yep, that's all. Okay, yeah, again, you get to play kind of a safe distance away, just a one-hit jab. Jab, of course, a strong tool in Mewtwo's toolkit. You know, of course, a rapid jab, nothing wrong with that, but you usually see it to extend combos or to start combos. Whoa, what are you feeling like off stage, bro? What you doing out here?
All right, big landing there. But, man, that homing attack is catching Tim slipping just a little bit because that sort of arc is going over Shadow Ball, making it a little bit difficult, but things won't be difficult for Tim if he can find a stock right here. Okay. Oh, man. Tony DIing just straight in right there. Tim could have had it. But that air dodge getting Tony out of jail for free.
That's right, man. No bond needed. Love that. Gonna go for the forwarder off stage. First hit on that 5 frame startup. So I mean, you got to be careful off stage. Now, here's the thing, though. What I'm liking a lot here from Tim is that he's using a lot of like Shadow Ball, especially in the corner. That's putting TonyZTank in an awkward spot. He's in the corner. I was like, do I hold shield? You hold shield, he's gonna run up and grab me. I'm starting to hit these dark represents where back throw and up throw are becoming a thing. Forward throw, of course, not the KO option, but it keeps me off stage. Now I can either jump off stage, but that's not a spot I want to be in versus Mewtwo either, because he can go and run off fair, run off nair, really whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I've been playing against Tim for years, multiple games. I think 3 games now that we've been playing between each other. And Tim is a very good person at switching up sort of that RPS that you're talking about. Like, man, if I do hold shield here, it's going to run up and grab me. He might not have run up and grabbed me the last 2 interactions, but you know Tim will. And
right.
you know he's just got those sort of adaptations to try and be one step ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the rinse and repeat. Even if it's not working, the fact that you're getting the opportunity in the neutral to do it over and over again, just whittle away at your opponent's mental. Do it, you know? Keep him in that corner. Okay.
Right now, such an even game. Finds a big down tilt, but doesn't get anything off of it. Finds another one.
The Mewtwo, bro.
Gets a lot more off of it.
This is the Mewtwo right here. I mean, again, just kind of kung fu class, beating him down. Okay, we get the parry, but of course that's multi-hits. Nice back air. What the? Who you? Okay, back throw. No, actually go for down throw that time. Not wanting to play the off-stage game, and for good reason. Tim, of course, not giving him a lot of leverage when it comes to recovering. He knows how to make it back to the stage. I'm Mewtwo, bro.
Jump from ledge, rising Shadow Claw right there. Very good to sort of net him a hit, net him a lot of space. We're back on the ground right now, and you got to make sure that you're keeping your lead against Sonic because things can get dire. This is one of those characters you like do not want to lose like a stock lead to because it gets really hard.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just, I think there's a Sonic multiplier when it comes to being the deficit. You know, 91% could feel like 130%, you know, deficit because of how hard it is to hit Sonic. But
Yeah.
Sonic doesn't have that same issue versus his opponents. He knows how to hit them and hit them well. Down throw. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I feel like there's a very small percent window where that's actually a confirm. I mean, when most opponents get caught in confusion, it's like, okay, I don't really know how to act out of this. Like, I don't know what the proper response is. They get hit with Shadow Fall, but there is a window where that is true.
Yeah, and there's also like it's an option select. I think there's like one option that'll get you out of it specifically a lot of the time. But if you're trying to double jump or do something else, Shadow Claw can hit a lot. It's like a treat thing. Mewtwo's got a couple other options if you do this, sort of, you know. But Tim guessing right there, taking a big confirm and has found himself a little bit of a percent lead again.
Yes, yep. We'll see how long we can try to hold on to this lead here between these two players. I think both sides have slowed this match down to a crawl, and for good reason.
Yep.
You know that this one's going to have to go the long game, and I think both characters certainly built for that. Love that turnaround up tilt. Need to see a little bit more of that here from Tim, knowing that you have a little bit of lead, you know, at points and times of this match. Tony decides to run in for dash attack. He goes for a runaway F tilt, try to keep him out. Uh-oh.
Man, starting that spin dash from the air right there, just catching Tim with an aerial starter, and going to be 3-0 for TonyZTank.
Yep.
Tim had sort of stopped a lot of his more linear approaches right there, and so Tony thinking outside the box, and instead of starting grounded, we're going to hop over, start right here, and nets himself an entire set win.
That's right. Great stuff. And, of course, big shout out, of course, to his opponent. You know, Tim still playing Mewtwo, a character that I actually play quite a bit of in Smash 4.
Oh, yeah.
I played a little bit of in Ultimate as well, too, and I don't think he's any worse of a character. I just think other characters have gotten good. This is not a good thing for Mewtwo because that means that there's other characters who can beat me up. You know, I'm a big target. I don't land well. You know, I bounce, which gives the opponent an even bigger window to harass me as I'm trying to land. So I just kind of had to let him go. But it's nice to see that Tim is still doing it all these years later and doing it well, might I say.
Yeah, sort of been swapping around characters, starting with Dr. Mario way back when.
Oh, wow.
Has a couple other characters in the bag that, sort of used, win a whole season just playing random at one time. Like, the pockets are deep with him, but really found his stride when he picked up Mewtwo, and that's sort of been like soul character for him.
Yeah, the Mewtwo's looking good. Mewtwo's looking good. Just unfortunately, his opponent was looking better.